Okay, so when you guys are ready, just find a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you. Bring the hands to the knees, close down the eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath. Bring your awareness to the present. Letting go of any racing thoughts, any to-do lists. Allowing yourself to be here in this moment. Slowing the breath, making each inhalation, each exhalation a little longer than the last. As you exhale, allow the shoulders, the back, the neck to relax, the jaw to drop slightly. Just taking a moment to set an intention for the class or for the day. Anything you'd like to bring focus to, or anybody you'd like to bring focus to, anything going on in your life. Or maybe just something you'd like to get out of our practice. Keeping that intention in mind throughout the practice. Keeping the eyes closed, begin to circle the head around, using your full range of motion. Exhaling as the head moves forward, inhaling the head back. It's moving at your pace. Your neck's a little stiff, you might move a little bit slower, take your time. Circle the opposite direction, exhale the head forward, inhale back. Bringing the head back to center, start circling the torso, inhaling as you move forward, exhaling, rounding all the way back, moving with your breath. Circling the opposite direction, inhaling forward, exhaling, rounding back. Making your way back to center, moving the right hand to the outside of the left thigh, left arm behind, fingers to the floor or the opposite hip. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist look over the left shoulder. Breathing into the twist, maybe moving a little further with each exhalation. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, maintain the twist, turn the gaze, look over the opposite shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Move the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Right arm behind, fingers to the floor or the opposite hip. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist look over the right shoulder. Just breathing into the twist. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, maintain the twist, turn the gaze, look over the left shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, coming back to center. Moving the right hand down to the mat. Inhale the left arm up. Exhaling, leaning over to the side, reaching all the way out through the fingers. Stretching out a little bit further with each exhalation. Good. As you inhale, just dropping the elbow down, keeping the shoulder nice and open. Bend the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhaling, reaching back up overhead. Moving at your pace with your breath. Inhale, drop the elbow down, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhaling, reaching up overhead. Last one, inhaling, dropping the elbow down, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhaling, reaching up overhead. Just walking the hands in front of you. Get nice and centered here, both sits bones on the mat. Inch the fingers out. Maybe walking out a little further with each exhalation. Good, and then slowly rolling up, switching sides, dropping the left hand down to the mat. Inhale the right arm up. Exhaling, leaning over to the left. Reaching all the way out through the fingers. Stretching out a little further with each exhalation. Good, as you inhale, drop the elbow down, draw the shoulder blades together, keeping the chest nice and open. And then exhaling, reaching back up overhead. Moving with your breath. Inhale, drop the elbow down, draw the shoulder blades together. And exhale, reaching up overhead. And last time, inhale, drop the elbow down, keep the chest nice and open. And exhale, reaching back overhead all the way out through the fingers. Inhaling, moving toward the center here, walking the fingers out. Slowly rolling up. As you come up, bring the hands to the knees. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhaling, rounding forward. Taking full inhalations and full exhalations. The next time you roll the shoulders back, bring the hands back behind you, fingers facing towards you. Draw the shoulder blades together, open through the chest, the heart, relax the head back. If you want to move further, lifting the hips up. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, bringing the hips back down toward the mat. Good. And then grabbing your block here. If you don't have a block, that's okay. Just bring the bottoms of the feet together. Otherwise, block in between the feet in this position here on the side. Good. Just pulling the heels in just to wherever they're comfortable. Don't force it here. Just let the knees move up and down. Dropping like butterfly wings. You need to sit on a blanket if that's more comfortable. The hamstrings and the lower back, you can grab that. Just removing that block, placing it in this sideways kind of flat position here. Bring the feet to the block. And then pull the heels in just as much as is comfortable. Knees move up and down.
Good.
Making your way back to center. Removing the block. Moving the block from its longest position here. Nice and wide. If that's too much, just take it back one step. Stay there. Let the knees move up and down. Just giving the hips a little bit more and more open to change the position of the block. Making your way back to center, removing the block here, set it aside, keep it handy, pull the heels in, grab the toes, let the knees just move up and down. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhaling, folding forward, moving the belly down toward the heels, nice flat back, the head and neck just relax. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, slowly making your way back up. Coming up onto hands and knees. grabbing your block here if you'd like. And then just placing the block in between the knees or the thighs. And squeezing it in nice and tight. Knees should still be right underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. And inhaling to cow, let the belly sink down as the head comes up. And exhale to cat, round the spine, reach all the way up toward the ceiling, tuck in the chin toward the chest. Inhale, drop the belly down, cow. Exhale, rounding up for cat. Taking full inhalations, full exhalations. Making your way back to center here. Curling the toes behind you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, squeezing the block, lifting the hips up. Just relaxing the heels down to the mat. Legs are nice and straight. Place the feet wherever they're comfortable. Relax the heels down toward the mat. Pressing into the palms, distributing your weight evenly across the palms, through the fingers. Drop the heels down. And inhaling, rising all the way up onto the toes here. And then exhaling, dropping the heels down, bending the knees into a squat. Squeezing the block. Inhaling, rising up onto the toes. Exhale, drop the heels down, squeeze the block. And inhaling, rising all the way up. And exhale, drop the heels down, squeeze the block. And inhale, straighten out the legs, relaxing the heels down. Inhale, shifting your weight forward into plank. Keep squeezing the block, keeping the belly pulled in nice and tight. Reaching out through the crown of the head, nice long neck. And exhaling, pressing back into downward dog. Moving with your breath. Inhaling as you move forward. And exhaling as you press back. Might feel the thighs activating here. Have that block in between them for a while. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Making your way back to center here. And walking the hands back toward the toes. Legs stay nice and straight. Keep squeezing the block. Let the belly sink down toward the thighs. Let the head and neck just relax. Sinking a little bit deeper with each exhalation, Uttanasana. Hands can be on the floor. You can grab the big toes if you'd like. Grab the backs of the legs if you'd like. You can grab the elbows, just bouncing a little bit. Maybe even stepping onto the palms of the hands here, if you're ready for that. Kind of creating that connection, that loop. Dropping the hands back down, slight bend in the knees, squeeze the block, slowly rolling out. As you come up, rolling the shoulders down the back. Opening through the chest, the heart, pull the belly in, squeeze the block between the knees or the thighs. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling, dropping the hands down to the heart. And keeping the belly pulled in, keeping the waistline pulled back. Inhale the arms overhead. Maybe rising up onto the toes. Squeeze the block in nice and tight. Exhale, bend the knees, sit back, Utkatasana, chair pose, sinking the hips nice and low. Inhaling, rising back up onto the toes. Pull the belly in tight. Take your time. It's moving slowly, mindfully. And then exhaling, dropping the heels down, sit back, Utkatasana, sinking the hips as low as they'll go. Inhaling, lifting back up, reaching all the way up through the fingers, squeezing the block. Exhale, let the hips sink back. Nice and low. Inhaling, bring the arms up overhead, squeezing the block, lifting the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, sit back. Good. Just pausing here this time, squeezing nice and tight. Maybe sinking a little lower with each exhalation. Maybe even rising up onto the balls of the feet. Keep squeezing the block. Good. Inhaling, straighten out the legs. The belly just sink down toward the thighs. Moving the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Inhale the right arm up. Pull the shoulder back. Reach all the way up through the fingers. Exhale, drop the top arm behind, reaching around toward the hip, pulling the shoulder back further. Keeping the chest nice and open. Legs are straight, hips right over the heels. Inhale the right arm back up. Exhale with the right hand to the outside of the left leg. Inhale the left arm up. Pull the shoulder back. Reach up through the fingers. Squeeze the block. Exhale, drop the top arm behind. Reach around toward the hip. Pull the shoulder back further. Inhaling, reaching up through the fingers on that left hand. Exhaling, dropping the hand down toward the mat. Uttanasana, let the belly sink down toward the thighs. Slight bend in the knees, squeeze the block, and slowly roll it up. As you come up, rolling the shoulders down the back. Pull the belly in, pull the waistline back. Inhale the arms to the right. Exhale, drop the hands down to the heart. Good. So removing your block here, staying in mountain pose. And when you're ready, stepping that right foot forward, spreading the toes nice and wide, just placing them back down on the mat. Shifting your weight onto your right foot, bring the left toes to the floor. Pull the belly in nice and tight. Good. When you feel ready, start lifting that left leg back behind you. Bringing the arms out in front for warrior one, or maybe out to the sides for airplane if you're not feeling warrior one today. It can be a little more challenging. Dropping that left hip down, pulling up through the right thigh. Gaze is slightly forward here, probably right in front of the mat in this case. Get as close to parallel as the mat as you can. And then flexing that back foot, reaching back through the heel. Right, take a deep breath in. And exhale, bend the left knee in toward the chest. Hug it in nice and close. Take your time as you move here. Reaching up through the crown of the head, pulling the belly in nice and tight. Shoulders relax down. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, dropping that left foot down to the mat. Good. Shaking out the legs a little bit, the hips if you need to. Whenever you're ready, stepping that left foot forward. Spreading the toes nice and wide. So step toward the front of your mat here. But shifting your weight onto your left foot. Right toes come to the floor. Make sure you feel balanced. Pulling up through the thigh. But as you hinge forward here, bring the arms out in front of you. I'm going to scoot back so my furniture's in the way. For warrior three. Dropping that right hip down. Flexing the back foot, reaching back through the back heel, pulling up through the thigh on that standing leg. Finding a focal point on the floor in front of you. Right, take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the right knee in toward the chest. Take your time. Keep the left leg nice and strong. Reaching up through the crown of the head, pulling the belly in tight. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, dropping the right foot down to the mat. Good. Shaking out the legs here. So you should be at the front of your mat. If you're not, go ahead and step up. Toes pointed forward. Maybe rocking here forward and back a little bit. Massaging the bottoms of the feet. Good. Making your way back to center. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhaling into a back bend. Bring the elbows wide. Opening through the chest, the heart. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, nice straight legs. Let the belly sink down toward the thighs. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, back into the bend. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop back to plank. Flatten out the back, reaching out through the crown of the head, back through the heels, belly pulls in toward the spine. Nice, flat back. Holding here. Really shooting the energy out the top of your head, down through the heels. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Just hovering here, keeping the elbows right next to the torso, or drop all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Draw the shoulder blades together, press the hips down toward the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press back into downward dog. Relaxing the heels down, lifting all the way up to the tailbone. Nice straight legs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, walk or hop the feet forward to the front of the mat. The belly sink toward the thighs. Nice straight legs. Relax the head and neck. Uttanasana. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, drop the hands down to the heart. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhaling into a back bend. Bring the elbows really wide open to the chest, the heart. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Let the belly sink down toward the thighs. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, back into the bend. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop back to the plank. Nice flat back. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, press back into downward dog. Relax the heels down. Inhaling, shifting forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, press back into downward dog. And one more time, inhaling all the way forward. Shift your weight all the way forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, press back into downward dog. Relaxing the heels down, nice straight legs. Just walking the feet here. Maybe moving the hips, maybe being really dramatic with your walk. Lifting up through the tailbone. Dropping the heels down toward the floor. Inhale, extend the right leg straight back behind. Exhale, rotate the hip open, bend the knee, press the hip all the way back. Scorpion dog. Good. Inhaling, start coming up onto the toe on that left foot, maybe straightening that right leg out, keeping the hip open. Exhale, bring the gaze between the hands. Step the foot through, knee right over ankle. Good. Pulling the belly in nice and tight. Inhaling the arms up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge, shoulders relaxing down. Inhaling, reaching up a little bit taller. Exhale, bring the left elbow across the right thigh. Palms together, top elbow pointed straight up toward the ceiling, toward the sky. Pressing the palms together, moving the chest up toward the hands here. See if you can get the palms toward the center of the chest. Keep reaching back through the heel, keep the back leg strong. Maybe turning the gaze to look up if you feel balanced here. Good. Inhaling, bringing the arms back up overhead, reaching all the way up through the fingers, nice and tall. Good. And then exhaling, dropping the back knee down, relaxing the top of the toes to the floor, let the hips sink down. Maybe a little back bend here, draw the shoulder blades together, open to the chest, the heart. Inhaling back up. Exhale, drop the hands down next to the front foot. Inhale, straighten out the front. Back towards you, let the belly sink toward the inside of the thigh. Head and neck just relax. And exhaling as you point the toes forward. Inhaling as you pull the toes back. Pulling the toes all the way back towards you. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, shifting your weight forward. Let the hips sink down. Nice and low. Then curl the back toes, lift that back knee up. Inhale, straighten out the front leg. Dropping the back knee down toward the mat. Pull the toes on that right foot back towards you. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, shifting your weight forward. Then walking the hands to center here. And then sitting on top of that right heel, flexing that left foot, Skandasana. Take your time. Bring the fingertips down to the mat. And pull the belly in tight, really engaging through the core. Maybe lifting one or both hands up if you feel balanced here. If you're really wobbly, keep one or both hands down. You don't have to lift here. Take a deep breath in. And exhaling, dropping the hands down toward the floor. Inhaling, shifting the hips over to the right. And then just moving side to side here. Hands can stay down or you can bring them up to the heart. If it doesn't feel good to lift, keep them on the floor. Then bringing the hips to center here. Drop the hands down, straighten out the legs. Turn the toes facing forward. Make sure your stance is really wide here. Dropping the head down, hinging from the waist, from the hips. Relaxing the head all the way down. Inhaling, lifting the torso up, straightening the arms, and bringing the left hand to the center. So right underneath your face, inhale the right arm up, pull the shoulder back, reach up through the fingers. See if you can stack the arms here, maybe turning the gaze to look up. Both legs are still straight. If you're bending, walk the feet out a little wider, or maybe use the block underneath that bottom hand to reach more easily. Right, take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop the right hand down. Walk the hands over to the right leg, keeping the back heel flat. Turn the toes facing forward, let the belly sink toward the inside of the thigh. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the front knee right over the ankle. That 90-degree angle with the front leg. Start with the left arm, windmill the arms up, or walk up the front leg for warrior two. Pulling the belly in nice and tight. Arms straight, fingertips to fingertips. Maybe turning the palms up, getting a little more open through the chest, through the heart, and gazing over that right hand. Keep the belly pulled in, keep the torso stacked over the hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop the right arm to the right thigh. Bring the left arm alongside the ear, reaching all the way out through the fingers. Inhaling back up. Exhale, drop the back hand to the back leg. Reach over the top with the left arm all the way out through the fingers. Inhaling, lifting back up. Exhale, drop the right arm to the thigh. Left arm alongside the ear. Inhaling back up, drop the left hand down, reach over the top with the right arm, all the way up through the fingers. Still that 90-degree angle with the front leg. Inhale back up. Exhale, windmill the arms all the way down.
Curl the back toes, low lunge. Dropping that back knee down. Relaxing the top of the foot to the mat. Sink the hips low. But inhale, straightening out the front leg. Pulling the toes back towards you. Let the belly sink toward the inside of the thigh. And exhaling as you point the toes forward. Inhaling, pulling the toes back. Moving with your breath. And next time you pull the toes back, holding there, pull up through the thigh, really engaging the muscles, squeezing it nice and tight. Squeezing through the quads, to the hamstrings, maybe up into the hips, pulling the knee up. And then exhaling, shifting your weight forward, let the hips sink down low. So you can stay right here. If you like Hanumanasana, King Monkey Pose, full splits, you can extend that front leg out. Maybe lifting the torso up a little bit higher. If you have two blocks, you can also use a block under each hand here to kind of hold yourself up. Or one block in the center, two is easier. Good, take a deep breath in. And exhaling, dropping onto your right hip here. Bending that right leg in front of you. That left leg back behind you. Nice and centered with your weight. Bring the hands over next to the right hip. Walk the fingers into the twist. Pull the shoulder all the way back. Deer pose. Maybe grabbing that back foot with the back hand. Good, take a deep breath in. And exhaling, making your way back to center. Coming up onto hands and knees. Bringing the knees right underneath the hips, taking your time. Inhaling to cow, let the belly sink down as the head comes up. Exhale to cat, round the spine. Moving with your breath. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Reaching all the way down with the belly. Reaching all the way up with the spine. Making your way back to center. Curl the toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Relaxing the heels all the way down toward the mat. Nice straight legs. Just walking the feet here, maybe moving the hips. Dropping the heels down toward the mat. Downward dog, lift all the way to the tailbone. Inhale, extend the left leg straight back behind, reaching up through the heel. Exhale, rotate the hip open, bend the knee, press the hip all the way back. Drop that right heel down toward the mat. Inhaling, rising up onto the toes on the right foot. Maybe straightening out that left leg, keeping the hip open. Exhale, bring the gaze between the hands, step the foot through. Knee right over ankle. Pull the belly in tight, engage the core. When you feel balanced, inhale the arms up. Anjaneyasana, high lunge, crescent lunge, reaching back through the back heel, shoulders relax down. You can get the hands together, you'll get a little more stretch through the shoulders, otherwise hands apart or wide. Inhaling, reaching up a little bit taller. Exhale, bring the right elbow across the left thigh. Palms together, top elbow pointed straight in toward the ceiling, toward the sky. Moving the chest up toward the hands, pressing the palms together, just freeing up that bottom shoulder. And inhaling, bringing the arms back up overhead, reaching up as tall as you can. And exhale, drop the back knee down. Relax the top of the foot to the floor. Keep the hips sinking low, shoulders relax down. Maybe a little back bend here, turning the gaze to look up. Inhaling back up. Exhaling, dropping the hands down. Inhale, straighten out the front leg. Pull the toes back towards you. Let the belly sink down toward the inside of the thigh. Just moving a little bit deeper with each exhalation. Keep the toes pulled back, leg engaged. Hands can walk back if you need to, or rest on your block. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, shifting your weight forward. Then curl the back toes. Lift that back knee up. Good. Then walking your hands to center here. Sitting down on top of that left heel and then flexing the right foot. I'll turn around. And pulling the belly in nice and tight. Bringing the hands maybe to the heart. Maybe one, maybe both. Really engaging through the core. Really pulling the belly in to stay balanced here. And asana. Breath in. Exhale, drop the fingers down. Shift your hips over to the right. Moving here, side to side. Maybe the hands come up, maybe they stay down. Shifting your weight over to your left side. Walk the hands forward, press that back, curl the back toes, lift that back knee up. And as you inhale, just straightening out the front leg, relaxing that back heel down. Exhale, bend the front knee over the ankle. Moving with your breath. Inhaling as you straighten. Exhaling as you bend. Bending the front knee over the ankle, drop the back heel, press it slightly backward. Start with the left arm, windmill the arms up. Warrior two, pulling the belly in tight, and opening up through the shoulders, reaching out through the fingers. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop the left arm to the left thigh, right arm alongside the ear, reach all the way out through the fingers, stretching long, and keep the brush looking us. Inhaling back up, drop the back hand down to the back leg, reach over the top with the left arm all the way up to the fingers. Inhaling back up, exhaling, leaning forward. Keep that Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. Good, inhaling up, peaceful warrior, reverse warrior. Keeping that 90-degree angle with the front leg. Inhale back up, exhale, windmill the arms all the way down. Curl the back toes, drop the back knee down to the mat, relaxing the hips down, nice and low, nice and heavy. Good. Inhaling, straightening out the front leg, pulling the toes back towards you, the belly just sink toward the inside of the thigh. And exhaling as you point the toes forward, inhaling as you pull the toes back. Next time the foot is in that flex position, hold there, pull up through the thigh, really engage in the muscle, contracting as hard as you can. If you only feel like you're able to contract it a little bit, that's okay. Whatever you're doing here is fine. Have to be super tight. But exhaling, releasing the muscle, releasing the toes, and shifting your weight forward. You can stay right here, or you can start extending that front leg out. You can use one or both blocks if you need here, a little bit of lift. But getting the torso as upright as you can. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, shifting your weight onto your left hip. But if the foot is up, just walking it over to the right first, dropping the hip down. Bending that back leg in. Nice and centered with your weight here. Nice and balanced. As best as you can on both sits bones. There's probably going to be a little more weight on the left here. And then bringing the fingertips over next to the left hip. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist. Look over the left shoulder. Walk the fingers into the twist. Pull the shoulder back. Keep the chest nice and open. Good. Take a deep breath in. And then exhaling, walking the hands back to center here. Good. Extending that back leg back. Curl the toes, step back, downward dog. Relax the heels all the way down, lifting up the tailbone. Inhale, extend the right leg straight back behind. And then exhale, bring that right leg through for pigeon. So just hover here for a moment. Pull the belly in nice and tight, hovering pigeon. Dropping that right leg down, extending the left leg back behind it. Nice and centered with your weight here. Right hip is up off the mat. Maybe moving the front foot further forward, but flexing that foot if it's comfortable just to protect the knee here. And walking the hands out. You can stay on the hands, drop to the forearms. Use the block as a pillow. Maybe make a pillow with the arms, with the hands. Let the belly sink low. Or for a deeper stretch, walking the arms up overhead. Belly is nice and heavy. The belly sinks down. Maybe start feeling a deeper stretch through that right hip. If you're not feeling much through the right hip, see if you can move the front foot further forward. If you're feeling a little too much in the right hip, move the front foot a little closer to the pelvis, pulling the heel back. Take a deep breath in. And exhaling, walking the hands up in front of that front shin. Fingers down, palms up. Inhale, reaching up through the crown of the head. Exhale, relax the head back, open the chest, the heart. Good. If you want to try to grab that back leg here up overhead for a full pigeon, you can hook the back foot here. It's not accessible. If it's not easy, don't worry about it. It's just an option here. But as you pull that back foot in, reaching over the top, pulling the shoulders back. Good. Take a deep breath in and exhaling, dropping that back leg down. And curling the left toes. Inhale, extend that right leg straight back behind, reaching back through the heel. But exhale, bring the right knee over next to the left elbow, over toward the left side of the mat. Good. Drop the hip down and then roll over onto the back. Grab your strap. Good. Pull that right knee in towards you. And as you straighten out the leg, hook in the foot with the strap. Keep the leg nice and straight. If you don't have a strap, you can use a towel or a sock or a shirt or anything you have handy. You can reach the foot, you might not even need to use the strap. Sometimes it feels good anyway to use the strap even when you can reach the foot. So it's totally up to you. Keeping the belly pressed down, back nice and flat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let the knee just drop over to the right. Dropping over as far as you can, keeping that left hip nice and flat. But inhaling, pulling the foot up toward the top of the head, keeping the chest nice and open. Inhaling, bringing the foot back up to center. As you exhale, let the leg just drop across the body over to the left side. And so you're laying on the left side here, bringing the right arm out, palm facing up. Extended leg stays nice and straight. Pull on the strap, pull the foot up toward the head.
Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, bending the knee and removing the strap, keeping it handy. And then rolling all the way onto the belly. Good. Grabbing your block. One is not handy. And then just let the hips sink down to the mat here. Keep that right knee straight out from the right hip. If you need to scooch to get back on your mat, you can do that. If you're on the carpet, it doesn't really matter. Good. If you want to get a little bit deeper into that right hip, you can take your block here and place the block underneath that right knee. Let the hips just completely relax. Let the hips get nice and heavy. And then extending that right leg back behind you. Lose the block. Bring the wrist underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press back into downward dog. Relaxing the heels all the way down toward the mat. Lifting up through the tailbone. Nice straight legs. Inhale, extending the left leg straight back behind. And then exhaling, bringing that left leg through for pigeon. Moving that front foot as far forward as is comfortable. Lower the hips down, extend that right leg back. Drop the top of the foot to the floor. Nice and center with your weight. Walk the hands out here. And stay on the hands. You can come to the forearms. You can use the block under the arms, maybe under the head. Make a pillow with the hands. You can walk the arms all the way up overhead for a deeper stretch. Listening to your body. Maybe flexing that front foot, engaging the leg, help protect the knee. Hips get a little bit lower with each exhalation. The hips and the shoulders just completely let go. And then walking the hands up in front of that front shin. Fingers down, palms up. Inhale, reach up through the crown of the head. Exhale, relax the head back, open through the chest, the heart. If you'd like to hook that back foot here, you can bring the strap around the ball, that left foot. Stay centered with your hips here, with your weight. Totally optional. Walking the hands back toward the foot as you pull the foot in. Keeping the chest nice and open. Take a deep breath in and exhaling, dropping that back leg down. Curl the back toes. Inhale, extend the left leg all the way back behind, reaching back through the heel. And exhale, bring the left knee over to the right side of the mat. Just as far as you can go, drop that left hip down. And rolling over onto the back. Bringing your strap with you. Good. The hips, the glutes flat on the mat. Pull that left knee in. And then just hooking the strap around the foot. Start straightening up the leg. Pulling the leg in a little closer with each exhalation. Keeping the knees straight. Doesn't matter if the leg is way down here, as long as it's straight, you should be able to get that stretch down the back of the leg. Exhale, let the foot just drop over to the left side. Keeping that right hip down nice and flat. Pulling on the strap, pulling the foot up toward the head. Inhaling, bringing the leg back up to center. And exhale, let the leg drop across the body, over to the right. So you turn the gaze, look over the left shoulder. Bring that left arm out, palm facing up. And pulling on the strap, pulling the foot up toward the top of the head. Inhaling, bringing the leg back to center. Exhale, bend the knee in toward the chest. Remove the strap. Have your block handy. And then rolling over onto the belly here. Get nice and centered with your hips. Let the hips just sink down. Making a pillow with the hands here. Releasing any tension through the hips. But if you want to get a little bit deeper, you can grab your block, bring the block underneath that left knee. And just resting the hips back down so you can get them centered with the mat. When you're ready, extending that left leg back behind you. Bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders. Inhaling, pressing all the way up. Upward facing dog, press all the way to the palms. Exhaling, lowering down. Just do 4 more of these. Keeping the elbows tucked in next to the torso. Moving with your breath. Inhaling up. Exhaling, lowering down. Lowering all the way down toward the mat, moving the hips back toward the heels for child's pose. Sinking the hips all the way down, inching the fingers forward. When you're ready, slowly rolling up. Just bringing the legs to the floor in front of you, making your way onto your back, grabbing your block here, bringing the block in between the knees, for the thighs, maybe both, squeezing it in nice and tight, toes pointed forward, feet no wider than the hips, arms by the sides, shoulders relaxed down. As you inhale, lift the hips up for bridge, squeezing the block between the knees, nice and tight. And then exhaling, rolling back down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhaling as you lift, squeezing the block, lifting as high as you can. And then exhaling, lowering back down. Moving at your pace, with your breath. Let's do 3 more of these. Inhaling, lifting, lifting, lifting. Exhaling, rounding the spine, slowly rolling down. Good, 2 more. Inhale, lifting as high as you can. Exhaling, rounding the spine, rolling down. I feel the thighs burning here. Just one more. Inhaling, lifting, squeezing that block. Exhaling, rounding the spine, slowly rolling down. Relaxing the back, bringing the block in between the hands. Arms up overhead. Squeeze the block between the hands here. Take a deep breath in. And exhaling, lifting the hands and the legs together, moving the block into the feet, and squeezing the block with the feet. Inhale, the arms overhead, legs down to the mat, stretching long. But as you exhale, coming back together, moving the block to the hands, squeeze the block between the hands, but inhaling, unfolding here, let the feet and the hands just hover. Exhale, back to center. Transferring the block to the feet, inhale the arms up overhead, squeeze the block between the feet. But exhale back to center, block to the hands, squeeze the block between the hands, inhale, arms and legs fall apart. Exhaling, coming back to center, move the block to the feet, squeeze the block, arms up overhead. Good. And then the last time, bringing the hands and feet back together, move the block into the hands. Bring the arms up overhead, legs all the way down to the mat. Stretching as long as you can. Getting a little bit longer with each inhalation. If there's anything you feel like you need to do before Shavasana, go ahead and do that first. Anything that makes your practice feel complete here, anything that you wanted to do that we didn't, anything that feels like it needs a little extra stretching or extra attention, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, when you're ready, finding your way into Shavasana, whatever position is most comfortable for you. Keeping the eyes closed, keeping your awareness on your breath, on the present. Inhaling completely, filling the lungs, the rib cage, the diaphragm. Exhale, just squeezing out all of the air. Making each breath a little bit longer than the last. Slowly coming back into the room, back into your body. Starting with small movements, wiggling the fingers and toes, rotating the wrists and the ankles, maybe moving the head side to side. Whenever you feel ready, rolling over onto one side and just pausing there for a moment. When you're ready, finding your way into a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes closed, bringing the hands to the heart. Just allowing the shoulders, the back, the neck to relax, the jaw to drop slightly. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bow to yourself in gratitude, bringing the fingertips to the lips, honoring your practice. Inhaling the head back up. We'll end with one long Om. You can join me, or you can be silent. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. When you're ready, opening up the eyes. Thank you for joining me. It's been an honor to be with you in this way. Namaste.
Namaste.
You know, if you have any questions or anything, otherwise have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.